I'm going to be removing this swamp maple. I worked on it maybe a year ago. We took off this one limb here, is growing into the neighbor's property. And then this limb here where you see it broke, came down and hit the neighbor's trampoline and fence. You can see this whole lead here is going into this Norway maple. So I'm going to have to cut that by hand. Not going to be able to rope them over here. It's too much of a lean. If the maple wasn't there, we could just drop them. But we have to watch out we don't tear up that maple tree. So we're going to be leaving the stump. We're not grinding it out. Homeowner's just concerned for safety right now. And in the future, we're going to be taking out the stump. So you can see how much of a danger this tree is of blowing over, because all the weight's on top. And then you just have this crotch here that's holding all the weight. So is it in danger of falling right now? I would say no. But if we get a heavy straight line wind, it's definitely a chance of it blowing over then. So it's mostly wood. There's hardly any chips that we're going to be, or hardly any branches that we're going to be chipping up. Then we have this other swamp maple. Originally the homeowner just wanted this left limb off here because it's growing into this evergreen and growing over the neighbor's house. But he just informed me he might want to take it down since we're here. And again, we would be leaving that stump as well. I mean, the tree does have nice character to it with this arm coming out. So most of this tree here would be roped down. Probably put a rope in that, in this crotch right here, so that we're able to get all this over the house here. And here's a view from the driveway of that first maple. You can see how much that left limb is going into that Norway maple. So we got the container truck all ready. That way, as soon as we start taking down the big pieces, we can get rid of them into the container here. I got this limb, it was part of the top of this middle trunk here, grown in almost near this oak limb here. We got that off. Then I took off this limb that was growing into the evergreen. And now we're just cleaning up the limbs. got this right lead off. I've got to take this lead here and then the lead going over the house off. Right now we're getting the wood in the truck. Getting everything cleaned up. So it took me about an hour and 15 minutes to get the top out of this tree and for us to clean everything up. This wood here is probably going to the recycling center because I don't really want it. It's too big for firewood. So I got the tops out of these 3 trunks here. This one here growing into the Norway, it's kind of difficult taking out. I had the lowering line on this one here before I started piecing it down. And I took 3 pieces out and it came right over underneath that trunk. So you can see how when that maple limb was growing into the Norway maple, you can see the hole from lack of sunlight and from the swamp maple pushing all the Norway maple limbs out of the way so they could grow towards the sun. So that's why there's a void there. I also removed some of the dead that was in that Norway, so that's why the hole's like that. That's why there's a void right in the center. But it wasn't as bad taking it down as I thought it was going to be. So, and then you can see a little better on this limb going over the trampoline and the neighbor's fence where it broke. You can see there's probably so much weight on the tips of that branch where it just snapped. Actually, both of them snapped. You see the bark peeled away. So it went right over the trampoline and the fence.